Bill Goudy and Lucy Lou checking in from the gun range. Got some different pellets I got to try out. I'm going to try them for 15 yards. These are, I can't remember what these brand these are. Here they are. These are lead-free pellets. They're taller than the regular pellet, and I don't think they travel as fast. They're also a little heavier. But let's see if they group any better than those last pellets did. These fit so much better. There's my first shot was right there, my second shot was right there, my third shot was right there from 15 yards. So it's grouping the same as the PBA pellets. Well, here's another shot. Here's a shot. Here. These pellets, I can actually see them going down range. I can see them hit. It's, you know, that's a better group than what I was getting out of those PBA pellets, but they don't have the velocity. They move slower. They're not penetrating, so I'm worried that they wouldn't do the job on a squirrel. Yep, the search continues. One thing about bringing the pellet gun to the gun range, I could have worn my other hat. I didn't have to wear my ear protection. I could bring Lucy. Lucy doesn't like the loud bang. She's gun shy. But she likes to go to the gun range. That's for sure. She's over here chasing something now. Bill Goudy checking in. Back here at the gun range. One of my favorite spots. Got my pellet gun, my Beeman pellet gun. Sportsman. Got it at a Walmart on sale on a clearance for just under 100 bucks. And it's got two barrels. I got the barrel sighted in for the 177, but I'm having trouble sighting it in for the 22 caliber. Had a lot of help. I sure have, thanks to YouTube. Here are the assortment of pellets that I'm going to be shooting today. This is my scope cam. I hope to set it up once I get sighted in and use that and let you see what that looks like. It actually sights down through the scope, and I actually sight through the camera using the scope. It's a pretty neat setup the way it works. All this stuff come from Lowe's. I think it was the Bohemian Hunting Club. James over at the Bohemian Hunting Club recommended that I try these Rocket Gamos, and they're 14.5 grains. They look like they got a BB in there, and super accuracy and penetration is what it says right on it. We'll see. And it says for hunting. That's what I want. Now I found these Crossman pellets. These are the Piranhas, 14.3 grains. And they are similar to the ones that I use, the Premier pellets, or what I use in the 177 caliber. These are the pellets that work good for that. So I'm hoping that the 22s will work for in the 22 barrel. Then I also have Ruger, makes 22, Super Point, Super Velocity, it says, Impact Series. And then I've shot a few of these before I got set up, and yeah, the verdict is still out. I'm going to reshoot them again today. These are, it says ultra heavy, 16.7 grains. While they shot good up close, they don't penetrate that well, and they don't shoot that good. They don't shoot that good of groups back here. But I'm going to see about that today. Then I have these Daisy pellets, and I've had these for my other pellet guns in the past. Yeah, the can kind of rusted shut, but they're pointed, and it doesn't say, it just says premium grade 22, and I'll pry that open, but it doesn't say how much they weigh, but they're pointed pellets. And then these you saw in my, well, maybe you saw the video that I originally did. I shot these, but these have irregular shapes. I can't, these are Gamo pellets, and I was not impressed with these. Not impressed with the groupings. I'll be shooting at 35 yards at those targets, and I know on the camera it looks like it's a mile away, and you know I'm zooming in, and that's the zoom I got on my camera, and that's the best zoom I can get. I get a much better zoom off the scope cam, so I'll try to do something with that. I had one comment, or no, maybe two comments about the way I was resting my rifle on that Outers rifle rest. They didn't like the fact that the barrel was being rested, that it wasn't resting on the stock. And so I went out and got, well, that little green thing, I'll bring it up to the front. About $49. It's a Cadwell Shooting Supplies tack driver. That way I can rest that gun without resting it on the barrel. You see how that's set up right there? Yeah, I suppose I could. I guess I could do this, bring the gun into here, but then this back support is actually in my way. But that's a potential for that. I noticed it on my other guns, like my 22 and my 308, they rest on the stock. It's longer. It seems to be longer in that part right there. And I don't have that problem. But on the pellet gun, it seems to be a little bit shorter. But this will rest right in here, and I should get a good steady support on that. Let's give that a try, shall we? Okay. This was my first target that I tried to shoot just to see if I was going to get a grouping. And so there's shots all over the place. This was my aim point, and as you can see there's no real tight groups. So coming over here, this is the group with the Premier pellets, and this is 14.3 grains, and that's an acceptable group. I might have pulled that one a little bit low, but I'm liking that right there. That I can adjust down and over. Boom. So this is the same one that I have good luck with in the 177 caliber. So these also work good in the 22 caliber. Now this group is my next. Again, my aim point was right here, and this is the Gamo pellet. This is the one that James from the Bohemian Hunting Club recommended. That's my next tightest group. So I'm going to adjust the scope down. I'm going to shoot the Piranha and get it down here, and then I'm going to reshoot these gamos and see what I come up with. But we'll see if we can get this down, sighted in, and get them right on the bullseye. I'm shooting at 35 yards, and I don't think I'd shoot any further than that, so I don't need them to shoot any higher. But I need them to shoot true. That's what I need. This is the Crosman Piranha Pellet. This was my first group up here, and I moved it down, adjusted the scope is what I did, adjusted it down to get this group right here. Did a little finer adjustment, and I got down to this group right here, which at 35 yards, I'm very happy. I'm very happy with that group. There's several pellets there, I don't know, 5, 6 pellets all touching, so I'm not unhappy with that. Now I'm going to try it. I'll try shooting this. Try shooting this target over here with those gamo pellets to see if I can get the same. I'm not going to adjust anything. I'm just going to shoot the pellets at an aim point and see if I can get the same kind of accuracy. But I'm happy with this. This is what's going to, you know, I can kill a squirrel with that at 35 yards, no doubt. Headshot. Well, I tried to get you some scope cam footage, but there's too much recoil. This camera works all right on the 22 caliber long rifle, but it doesn't work good on this internal spring pellet rifle. Too much recoil. It actually shuts the camera off. I had it on record, it got everything lined up. Lucy's coming to see me. And it shuts off. So I'm gonna have to come up with a different camera, I think, for that mount. Something that'll handle the recoil. That'll be in a different video, I'm afraid. Gamo rockets and the Crossman. The Crossman are by far the most accurate. These are the Premier Ultimate Hollow Point with an extra bite and 14.3 grains. And then these are my next ones, and none of the other pellets, this one and this one, are the most accurate. These others are not. They have, I don't know, they're just not as, I can't get a group with them. So this rifle likes these pellets right here. These are my number 1 choice. These are my number 2 choice. These gamos. They both are respectable in their grouping. This one has maybe a little more flyer activity. This one I haven't had a flyer at all, so I'm happy with those. These don't penetrate. It says ultra heavy, 16.7 grain, but and it's lead free. But they don't go through. You know, I got a bunch of them sticking out of the plywood down there. These others all penetrate. They all go right through. So I had a hope for these, but they don't group in this gun. Maybe they'll group in one of my other pellet guns. We shall see. These are the Ruger Super Point 22 caliber, and they're 17 grains. So they're heavy, but they don't group for me. And out of these old Daisy premium grade 22s, pointed, they didn't group at all either. They were all over the place. Out of this gun, out of this Beeman. Hello, hello. Are you a good girl? Are you a good girl? You a good girl? That's my Lou. Yeah, that's my Lou.